Hello, YouTube world, brothers and sisters. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt. But before our visit, my humble request to you is to kindly subscribe my channel. The Valley of the Kings is a remarkable site of 63 uncovered tombs, out of which only 18 are open to the public, but 3 to 4 can be seen in one entry ticket as others remains under maintenance. However, if you wish to visit King Tut's tomb, you need to buy a separate ticket. First of all, you need to understand the meaning of paintings and carvings in all the tombs and the serial numbers of tombs. KV1 to KV32 represents King's Valley tomb number 1 to 32. Now, let us understand the meaning of paintings and carvings inside the tombs. Ancient Egyptians believed that some of the images, painting, or carvings that they created in tombs would come to life and accompany the mummified deceased into the afterlife. Tombs typically contained images of the mummified deceased carrying on an everyday task or completing a deed or an achievement, images of the deceased offering a sacrifice to a god, most likely Isis or Osiris, other images of snakes, gods, weapons, or scorpions to protect the tomb and keep evil spirits away. Because of the highly religious nature of ancient Egyptian civilization, many of the great works of ancient Egypt depict gods, goddesses, and pharaohs, who were also considered divine. Ancient Egyptian art is characterized by the idea of order. Clear and simple lines combined with simple shapes and flat areas of color helped to create a sense of order and balance in the art of ancient Egypt. According to ancient Egyptian beliefs of the afterlife, the soul would leave the body after death and enter into the form of a bird called Valle. Then the soul joined the path of the sun god, Reyes. To the ancient Egyptians, the sun represented warmth, light, and growth, so this made the sun deity a very essential part of their life, as the sun was viewed as the ruler of everything that he created. In order to be reborn after death, it was absolutely essential for the bird, Valle, to find its way to the mummy in the burial chamber and unite with it. In order for this to happen, the coffin had to resemble as much as possible the deified state of the deceased so that the returning Valle could recognize it. The central figure is ram-headed, bird-bodied deity, the afterlife aspect of the sun god, stretching out his wings over the deceased. The tail of the bird continues in a column of hieroglyphic inscription consisting of a short offering formula, which divides the surface of the lid under the waist into 2 symmetrical halves. On each side run 3 scene panels with figures of Osiris and protective funerary deities, the 4 sons of Horus, and below, winged sun discs. The sun disc was viewed as either the body or eye of Ra, provide magical protection and rebirth for the deceased. According to Egyptian beliefs, the soul of the dead accompanied the sun on its eternal journey in the upper waters, the heavens around the world. A boat, or at least a model of a boat, was therefore included in every tomb. Some believe the wooden ship was a solar boat, intended to be used by the deceased pharaoh in his eternal life as he journeyed across the sky from east to west to be united with the solar god Re. Another theory is that it was used as a funerary boat to carry the body of the late pharaoh in his pilgrimage before burial in the pyramid. Valley of the Kings, long narrow defile just west of the Nile River in Upper Egypt. It was part of the ancient city of Thebes and was the burial site of almost all the kings of the 18th, 19th, and 20th dynasties from Thutmose I to Ramesses X. Located in the hills behind Deir al-Bahr, the 62 known tombs exhibit variety both in plan and in decoration. In 1979, UNESCO designated the Valley part of the World Heritage Site of Ancient Thebes. In tombs sunk deep into the heart of the mountain, pharaohs were interred, as were several queens, a few officials of high rank, and the numerous sons of Ramesses II. The plan of the tombs varies considerably, but consists essentially of a descending corridor interrupted by deep shafts to baffle robbers and by pillared chambers or vestibules. At the farther end of the corridor is a burial chamber with a stone sarcophagus in which the royal mummy was laid and store chambers around which furniture and equipment were stacked for the king's use in the next world. The walls were in many cases covered with sculptured and painted scenes depicting the dead king in the presence of deities, especially the gods of the underworld, and with illustrated magical texts similar to those found in funerary papyri, designed to help him on his journey through the nether regions. There were a number of these texts. They represent differing but not necessarily conflicting views of the afterlife, in which the king had to undergo trials and surmount perils. In the book of that which is in the underworld, for instance, he travels in the boat of the sun god through 12 divisions that represent the 12 hours of the night. In the book of Gates, giant serpents guard the portals through which the sun has to pass as strange demons help or hinder the boat on its way. Other funerary compositions include the Book of Day and the Book of Night, which depict Nut, the sky goddess, spread out across the heavens, as well as the Book of the Heavenly Cow, in which Nut is transformed into a cow on whom reascends to the firmament. Astronomical figures decorate the ceilings of several burial chambers. Virtually all the tombs in the valley were cleared out in antiquity. Some had been partially robbed during the New Kingdom, but all were systematically denuded of their contents in the 21st dynasty, in an effort to protect the royal mummies and to recycle the rich funerary goods back into the royal treasury. In the time of Strabo, 1st century BCE, Greek travelers were able to visit 40 of the tombs. Several tombs were reused by Coptic monks, who left their own inscriptions on the walls. Only the Little Tomb of Tutankhamun, who reigned 1333 to 1323 BCE, located on the floor of the Valle and protected by a pile of rock chippings thrown down from a later Ramesses tomb, escaped pillage. The wonderful treasures that were exhumed from Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 and that now reside in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo vividly indicate how rich the burial of a great pharaoh of the empire's heyday must have been. The largest and most complex tomb in the Valley of the Kings, number 5, was apparently built to contain the burial chambers of many of the sons of Ramesses II, who reigned BC 1279 to 13, the greatest king of the 19th dynasty. This tomb, which had been previously discovered but dismissed as insignificant, was again located in the late 1980s and partially excavated in the 1990s. The uppermost of the tomb's 2 levels contains a central pillared hall and various corridors leading away to dozens of chambers. Valley of the Queen is located behind the Valley of the Kings. Although Queen Hatshepsut was a queen, she found herself alongside the Valley of the Kings. This longest tomb belonged to Queen Hatshepsut. It is 3-storied structure building with staircase to climb. However, her burial chamber is almost 700 feet from the entrance to the tomb and descends 320 feet into the rock. Queen Hatshepsut reigned 1472 to 1458 BC. The sanctuary of Ammonius lies west on the main axis. To the north was the solar cult court, and to the south is a chapel dedicated to the mortuary cults of Hatshepsut and Thutmose. The columns which fill the court of this chapel have Hathor columns, each of which resemble a sistrum, a percussion instrument associated with the goddess of love and music. Anubis shrine is smaller than its counterpart to Hathor in the south. Images presented on the walls are of offerings and cult activity, with a relief showing Anubis escorting Hatshepsut to the shrine. The capital is a female head with cow ears topped with a crown, the curved sides ending in spirals, perhaps suggestive of cow horns. Now, it is time to say goodbye to the Valley of the Kings. See you in the Philae Temple. Kindly view my other videos on Luxor, Philae, Nubian Village, Cairo Museum, kindly subscribe my channel. Thank you.